Jack Belt.
I learned before I met him that he was terminally ill.
Belt.
It gave me more respect for him and for the piece, and it made me realize that we need to make this as big as it can be, and that it's something special to him. We need to sing it like he would want us to.
Though he spent years as a professor of piano and harpsichord at Arizona State and as director of New London's Connecticut Early Music Festival, it wasn't until he retired that John Metz started actually composing music. His first ever long choral work is called Anthony's Cosmic Adventures, and last year, Metz set out in search of a group to perform the piece.
When I first received John's piece, it was a cold mailing, so it came in the mail. I quickly glanced over it. It was probably during the musical last year. I didn't have time to delve into it, and I put it aside. And he came to our concert in May, and he came backstage to introduce himself to me and said, "I want you to take another look at that work that I sent you. I really think your chorus can do it."
The inspiration for the composition was a favorite book of verse from Metz's childhood, The Space Child's Mother Goose by Frederick Windsor.
His creative mind apparently couldn't resist taking Mother Goose tales and recasting them as little science fiction stories. This is a period when I was starting to read science fiction myself, Ray Bradbury and all that stuff, and this really resonated.
I just got very intrigued by the poetry first. And then I started looking through and I said, oh my gosh, this is the chromatic scale that the singers have to sing. This is the whole tone scale the singers have to sing.
The kids, for example, had never sung a whole tone scale before, you know. So that was a new kind of thing to do for them.
They got to see double sharps and double flats, and I've talked about them in class, but they've never had to actually see them. And that was another thing that was intriguing, was that they were going to get to perform things that I've never seen in any of the choral music that you normally do with high school students. When I first met with John to talk about doing it, I thought, oh, maybe I want to put this off a little bit. And then he told me about his diagnosis, and I said, okay, this can't wait.
This past summer, Metz was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer, which has spread to his bones. But despite a regimen of chemotherapy that leaves him feeling tired and weak, he is nonetheless a regular fixture at rehearsal.
It's excellent to have him here. I was nervous the first time. I think anybody is nervous the first time. It's, you know, we're asking the originator to take a look at how you have interpreted their creation. So that was very intimidating, and I was a little bit nervous.
I was really excited, actually. There's something interesting about being the first to do something.
Getting to know what the composer meant for the piece and just getting that directly from the source is kind of something that was really awesome to experience.
When he came, I wanted to impress him. I think that was a general consensus throughout the choruses. Every time we sing something new for him and we know that we nailed it, it feels so great, especially seeing the look on his face, like he's watching something that he composed like come to life and right in front of his eyes, and that's unforgettable.
I think he did what we all kind of dreamed to do and take something that we love and turn it into another thing that we love. So it's kind of an honor to be able to perform this and be the first to do it and set the precedent for other choruses to sing this. I think it'll be almost bittersweet because it'll be over, and I kind of don't want it to be. I love the piece so much, but also I love seeing people happy, and I would love for him to just wear the biggest smile on his face and be ecstatic over the fact that we did this right.
I tend to be a really emotional person, and I have trouble in public sometimes that way because I can really tear up, and I'm going to be up there on stage. I'm anticipating that being difficult in a pleasant sort of way.
I think I'm going to feel like I did something that I've never done before, that I don't know if the students are ever going to experience again, and that I really made someone's dream come true. And this man has this to take with him. And he'll know that not only did he perform other people's music his whole life, but that all those experiences helped him create something new and something so different and something of so much value. And now it's out there for all the world to share.
I mean, I very much believe that, I'm not a believer in heaven and hell, very much a believer that what you leave behind, the legacy, that's the whole thing. And I know that I don't need this piece. My students around the world will attest. I don't need this to be legacy. But hot damn, it'd really be great to have this as something, really creative and sparkly, and yeah. And I'm not finished composing. I'm not finished decomposing either, so.